everyone, welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. It's been a little while since we've done an empties, so we're gonna go through my trash today. We're gonna be trash pandas. I would also like to welcome my Wednesday Addams dress to my channel. Hello. It literally looks like a trash bag because I ran out of the nice recycling bags I had to go in my somewhat fancy... It's gonna fall off my desk. So in my somewhat fancy bin, which is less fancy when it's full of crap. All right, so this is the part of my day where I literally go through my trash and tell you my thoughts on things that I've used up. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is the Batiste dry shampoo in coconut and exotic tropical scent. I like Batiste dry shampoo. I didn't at the beginning of my life. I think I misunderstood that dry shampoo didn't actually give you like a new blowout. It just didn't make it look like you had bacon on your head. So yeah. So I will definitely repurchase this again. I have a whole bunch of dry shampoos that I want to get through. I did cancel some of my subscription boxes and I was getting a ton of dry shampoo in them. But knowing the point of dry shampoo is really just to clean your hair up just slightly so that you don't look, again, like you are making some sort of greasy dish on your head. That's the point of this. I prefer the brown one. I can't actually remember what it's called, but I do like the scent of this and it makes me feel, it actually reminds me of the scent of My Little Pony. Is that a weird association? So we're gonna go through the hair care products first just because they're the biggest and they're on the top. So my next thing, and it's looking gross, but it is an awesome product and I highly recommend it, is the Nexxus Kerafix Damage Healing Conditioner. I actually got this in a sample at Gen Beauty in New York, not last year, but the year before. This was freaking, oh wait, no, it was last year. This was freaking amazing. So I ended up getting it when I went back to New York in April. I went to Ulta and I bought 2 bottles of this. This actually cured my hair from the hard water at my house. And I had some heat damage going from my blow dryer, and it really makes a huge difference. So the claims on it are: we use advanced scientific methods to identify the protein needs of hair and create highly effective custom formulas. Salon crafted with our exclusive protein fusion blend with keratin protein and black rice, Kerafix conditioner helps heal signs of damage by smoothing out imperfections while bringing strength and with a weightless effect. Every time I have used this, people comment on my hair. So it's not my everyday conditioner. When my hair is in bad shape, I'll use it for like a week straight and then I'll flip back to my other conditioner, which is typically Tresemme. I do use this like for a whole week and then I will go to my regular conditioner for a few weeks because this is a little bit more expensive than I am comfortable paying for a everyday conditioner. And I do have to wash my hair like every other day at a minimum because it looks really gross if I don't. I did get this Moroccan oil moisture repair conditioner for Christmas. I wanted to try some new stuff and my mother-in-law actually picked it up for me on recommendation from her hairdresser. And I did appreciate the gift, but I didn't actually like it. I felt like my Tresemme worked a lot better. And I didn't really like the smell of this either. It smelled really like, I don't want to say it smelled manly, but it did kind of smell like a guy's hair product. And I don't need to be like, I'm girly and I need to smell like flowers, but I also don't want to smell like Old Spice. You know? Yeah, it smells like baby powder and man. Apparently, I spent a lot of time and effort going through hair care stuff. So I did also get through this Marc Anthony Bye Bye Frizz Silicone Keratin Smoothing Conditioner. Between these two keratin products that are pretty close to the same price based on like fluid ounces, this one. This wasn't horrible, but I didn't really notice a huge difference. It didn't do anything to really blow my socks off. So, meh, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. This one I can tell you I really didn't like. This was the Cake Boss Posh Wash. So the conditioner I think I talked about in another Empties video. This one, like, it wouldn't lather in my hair. I hated it. I actually threw it out. It's not even empty. It's still got like this much left. Really didn't like it. Wouldn't lather. And then when I went to blow dry my hair after, I couldn't really get it out of my hair either. It would just like stick to my hair. It says glossy, rich, cleaning, fresh wash, extending, luxely lathering, dirt repelling. I kind of wonder if the dirt repelling claim is accurate, because you can't get it out of your hair. So I guess the dirt's not touching your hair because it's touching the shampoo that's still in your hair from when you washed it. I'm getting emotional because I'm so mad that I spent $45 on this and this was still better. Can you believe that? My eyes were starting to water because I've been looking at these lights for a very long time, so I thought I would just play that in. I'm not actually upset, even though it does look a little bit like I'm crying. So my eyes are just getting sore because truthfully, I wear glasses and my contacts really don't agree with me anymore, so I film without my glasses on so you don't get a glare from my glasses. So my eyes are essentially stressed out the entire time I film, plus the light, so sometimes they water because they get tired. But back to this nonsense. I didn't hate it. I truthfully didn't hate it, but I will not repurchase. This is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask, and I wanted to love it, but I just didn't. It really didn't impress me. You don't impress me much, Shania Twain, you know? I used it as you should with a hair mask, like halfway down your hair, mostly focused on your roots. You don't really want to put it into your scalp with deep conditioning masks because it makes your head greasy, at least it does for me. And I used it, I did use the whole thing. I didn't feel horrible about it, but for the price and what difference it made, it was not enough for me, so I will definitely not be repurchasing that. And that's an unpopular opinion, so I can't wait to hear all of your opinions below. I also finished up the little spray bottle of Don't Despair Repair from Briogeo, and I feel the same way about this. It does a nice detangle for me, but that's about it. So Briogeo in general, I feel is mildly overrated. I know I'm not the hair girl, my hair is never really done and it's not been brushed in a few days. But when I'm paying for hair care, I expect to see a difference. Even if it is something I am only using once or twice, I should still see a little bit of a difference, and I just don't. Not with that stuff. Still recommending the Nexus. All right, so now we are going to move into getting rid of these crazy spikes. Okay, I'm over my hair. It's just gonna be how it is. We're gonna get into skincare and makeup. So if you are watching and following along with my yearly project pan, you may see some repeats in here or some spoiler alerts. So shh, I know. So let's start with skincare. So the first thing that I finished up was this Pure Skin facial cleanser from First Aid Beauty. First Aid Beauty is awesome. I really like it. Me with skincare, it's the same with hair care. I really have to see a difference. I really have to notice a difference. And truthfully, and I need my friend to come on my channel and talk about a serum that she made for me. It has changed my game in every way possible, from cleansing to moisturizing to everything. It's the same product, something she literally made in a jar out of some oils in her house, and it is boss, and it is making my skin look wonderful. So when I see that, and then I see this, and this is what, 30 bucks? I just have a really hard time with it. Did it cleanse my skin? Yeah, it did. Did I just throw it on the floor? Yeah, I did. So if you are looking for a nice gentle cleanser, I do recommend it. But to me, cleansers and skincare in general, and I feel the same way about makeup, you can kind of bounce around between really expensive stuff and really not expensive stuff. So for example, this Ole Henriksen Invigorating Night Transformation Gel. This is skincare that I can tell a difference in one day. One day. This is totally worth it. I have repurchased this once already. I will repurchase it again when that one is done. But that's what I mean about this, is it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't lend me any favors. It just cleans my skin and moves on. I also finished up a Pure Sugar L'Oreal Facial Scrub. I would repurchase this again. I did like it. If you're into making your own skincare, you can basically make this on your own. This was the Kiwi Sugar Scrub. I had it for 6 months and used it, so I'm not complaining. But I do think you can make these things on your own, and I have a huge skincare bucket to work through. So if you're looking for a really nice, refreshing scrub, I do recommend. If you have sensitive skin, I don't recommend because it is fairly abrasive. Derma E Anti-Wrinkle Scrub. So this also was like an abrasive type of exfoliant scrub. This deep cleansing creamy scrub gently removes impurities, revealing a more radiant, refreshed you. Vitamin A, glycolic acid, and apricot seed powder exfoliate for a smoother, younger looking complexion. So I didn't particularly love this either. And it looks gross, so I'm going to take it off camera, but I'm going to continue to talk about it. I like the idea of exfoliating scrubs, and I currently am using the First Aid Beauty KP body scrub, and I am loving it. I actually should have talked about it in my favorites, but now I'm going to have to talk about it in August. So I have the KP bumps all over my arms, and I hate them. And the idea of the KP scrub is that it is an exfoliating scrub with a little bit of medication in it to help with that. And I noticed a huge difference. That scrub, when I would squirt it into my hand and then put it on my body to do the exfoliation with the, I'll call it sand because I don't know what else to call it, but with the exfoliating particles in it, it would just like chunk up and fall off. So then I had a hard time getting the product on my skin to actually exfoliate anything because it was just falling off and sticking to the bottom of my tub. And then I'm cleaning my tub instead of exfoliating my skin, and nobody's happy. So I don't really recommend that. That again was the Derma E Anti-Wrinkle Body Scrub. Not for me. All right, this I will definitely repurchase again. This is the Glow Recipe Pink Watermelon Juice. I actually added this to my yearly project pan. That was my start, and I haven't even done an update, and I finished it. This was a great moisturizer for daytime instead of nighttime. At night, I like to use like a serum or an oil or something a little bit deeper or heavier, whereas during the day under my makeup, I like a lighter moisturizer, which I did really like this for that. So I will definitely repurchase this once I work through some more of my giant skincare situation. 3 more things for skin, and then we're gonna get into the makeup empties. So I did use another Clinique cleanse the day, or take the day off balm, sorry. This is probably my 5th one of these. I will definitely repurchase. I'm currently using the Sunday Riley one, which I don't like as much as this. It has more of an exfoliating, like, this is like a balm, like a coconut oil, and the Sunday Riley one is more like a paste. So I definitely like this better, and I will definitely repurchase the Clinique Take the Day Off again. I used to really love the Boscia oil, but I went through it too fast, and this really replaced it. So if you can recommend me something that will kick this off of its throne, come at me, bro. So I did finally finish the Morphe setting spray, and I do actually think I talked about this in my last project pan, so you shouldn't be surprised about this being in this video. This is a continuous setting mist, and I did just repurchase another one. So I did finish this like 2 months ago. I wanted to work through some of my other setting sprays, but I did notice a huge hole in my life when this wasn't in it, so I did end up repurchasing it. I am still trying to work through my other ones though. And I also gave up on / did finish the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This is a very overrated product in my opinion. It took me forever to get through even this. I never ever reached for it. There's a tiny bit left in the bottom, but it wasn't spraying properly, so I did give up on it. This used to make me look like sweaty. Like, not like, look at my ethereal glow, look how beautiful I am. It was more like, hey, I just came back from working construction all day and I look like a bag of dicks. No, I don't want that. Especially for an expensive price. If you have like really dry skin and you come home at the end of the day and it looks like you're like peeling because your skin is so dry, fine, maybe this is for you, but it's certainly not for me, and I think it's a very overrated product. Okay, makeup empties. I actually finished 3 powders. So I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I finished this up. This is a classic, probably my 4th or 5th one of these. I will repurchase once I make my way through some of my other powders. I am, if you can believe it, actually actively trying to work my way through products that I still have. So yes, I am buying things, but I am still trying to use up products and not replace them immediately. I'm looking at you, Laura Mercier. Highly recommend this powder. It gives like, it's like for buffing, it's for baking, it's for setting your makeup, everything. This does all the things. I finished up the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in 03 Natural. I use these at least once every empties, at least one. I am almost done a second one in the darker shade. And I also finished the Nude by Nature loose finishing powder as well. I did like this. I don't know if I would repurchase it based on how many other powders I have. I have like probably 12 other powders, but I did like it. If you like that like really natural type makeup, Nude by Nature is not bad. So this next product is not necessarily an empty, but super disappointing. And if you can tell why, it's because the brush broke off in the actual product. So I had this and did like it, and I actually was recommending it, but now I'm not, because you can't use it and it's not even barely empty. And this is the Brow Gel by Tanya Crooks. It was the Instant. There was a letter rubbed off. The Instant Brown Hair O2 Tinted Brow Gel with Microfibers. I was using this constantly. Really liked the brush. The brush did not like me. Now it's trapped in here forever, and now this has to go in the garbage. How upsetting is that? For the first time in my life, I used up a lipstick. Actually, that's not true. I used up YSL number 10 as well. This is the Bite Beauty Glacé. I can no longer use it. It is done for. Would definitely repurchase this formula as well as this color. Yes. Loved it. Loved it. I also used up the Benefit Gimme Brow in Medium Deep. I do love like these tinted brow gels. This kind of is in between used up and dried up, truthfully, but definitely recommend it. This is the older formula. I have only tried the new formula in a sample, so I don't have an opinion on the new formula, but I assume it's probably very close. I did finish a foundation. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir foundation. I loved this foundation and I would repurchase it, but it's been discontinued, so I guess I'm not. This was a really great finish of a foundation. It was in between. It was like kind of a demi-matte. It was that like really nice, like this is my skin finish, which I really love. And I was pairing it every day with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Light 18, and for some reason they did actually discontinue this shade. I couldn't find this exact shade again, so ColourPop people, if you know anything, please tell me what happened to this shade. I have repurchased the No Filter Concealer in a few other shades, which I've talked about in other hauls. Definitely recommend it. I know not everyone loves it, but the people that really love it, and the people that are kind of they just like hate it. And last but not least, I used up another NYC eyeliner. This is probably my 100th one of these. I have a million eyeliners and I always repurchase this $4 one. And I just love it. I really do. I just love it. Alright guys, that actually went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. It seemed like the bag was so full and it really wasn't. Like I have some like makeup wipes and stuff in there, but these are things I've talked about a million times. So I will have the playlist for my empties down below as well. And if I do have any specific reviews of any of these products, I will also include those down below, which I'm not actually sure that I do. But if you're interested in any other types of videos like these or the Project Pan videos, I will also link those down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe before you go. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next time.